Hey everyone, welcome back to the show, the W2 Prison Break Show, the podcast to help you fire your boss and become the CEO of your business in under 12 months. I'm your host, Brian O'Neill, and this is day one of the W2 Prison Break Roadmap. I'm excited that you're here. I've been working on this for quite some time, and today we're going to talk about mindset, your mindset shift from W2 to entrepreneur. I'm going to give you some of my tips and my resources and some hindsight as well, because I've learned a lot since I've been out of my W2. I'm going to share all that with you today. I want to remind you that you are going to get, after the end of the 5 days, you're going to get all of the content, the audios, the videos, the transcripts, and then a book, the W2 Prison Break Roadmap, that will have all of this content will be in that book. Make sure you sign up on the waitlist, w2prisonbreak.com/roadmap. There will be a link in the show notes. This series, these 5 days, this is your ultimate guide to transition from W2 to business owner to financial freedom. And I'm just excited to share with you what I know to help you get there. Okay, without further delay, we're going to be talking about mindset. Now, I know that this is talked about a lot, probably over time. You probably get sick of hearing about mindset. But it's critical. It's super important, and we have to pay attention to it. Now, the first thing that I want to talk to you about is, and don't take offense to this because I was in this position as well. A 9-to-5 employee, especially if you've been a 9-to-5er your entire life, you have a different mentality than a business owner. And a lot of brand new business owners, I think the reason they fail, actually, I know this to be true, not because their idea was bad. They weren't ready to be business owners. And if you're not ready mentally, if you're not prepared to be business owners, the first time you take one on the chin, which is going to happen, you can crumble and give up. So we have to be ready for all of this. And that's where working on your mindset and developing some grit, you don't have to have thick skin per se. You just have to be ready for what's going to happen. And you got to break some old habits. When I was in my W2 job, as I got older, as I made more money, and as I climbed up the corporate ladder, I got lazier and lazier and lazier. And if you bring those habits into business, you are doomed. So you need to, number one, check your ego at the door, which is what I did when I started my real estate business, and understand that you're going to have to go to work and get back to the basics, because that is what moves the needle in your life. Okay. Getting good at the small stuff, the blocking and the tackling. And I'll go over that throughout the 5-day series. And if we're starting at ground zero, that's okay. If you're not good at your mindset or you think that you have mindset challenges, that's all right. That's why we're here. That's what we're going to help you with. That's what I'm going to help you with. You're always working on your mindset. You're never going to have it perfected, and that's okay. Just approach it as, hey, this is a process. I'm always working on the process. The process is always, right? And that's how you approach your mindset. We're constantly working on it, getting better, making little tweaks. And then eventually we'll get to that point where we start achieving mastery, start achieving excellence. We're always working on it. Even when we get to mastery and excellence, we're still trying to improve. So let's break some of the old habits. Check the ego at the door. Just understand that, hey, I probably need to learn some things. And I'll give you some tips here in a minute about how to become a business owner, how to prepare my mindset for this. Okay. Number one, this is not going to be easy. If you think that you're just going to start a business and it's going to be easy and you're going to turn on the systems and the processes and follow somebody's course, and you got, even if you have coaches and mentors, that you're just going to win, you need to drop that attitude, because it is not easy. At the end of the day, I can give you everything that you need, and I will give you everything that you need to start a successful business, to get to the point where you can quit your job, to have the right mindset. But if you don't do the work and show up, it will fail. It will fail. It's all up to you. You got to be willing to do the work. So everything that I'm giving you, you have to take action on it. You can't just expect it to happen because you're given the roadmap. Okay, I'm going to give you the roadmap, but you have to do the work. You have to get on the road and start at least crawling on the road. Crawl, walk, and then we'll be running. Okay, how do we improve our mindset? I'm going to give you some things that I did. I'm going to give you some things that I do right now. Number one, get educated. A lot of the times getting educated, reading business books, consuming content from other business owners is a great way to get in that mindset of being a business owner. Okay. Stop talking to your W-2 friends about business because they don't want business. They want to be in their 9 to 5. Again, remember, we're lazy in our W-2s. We get complacent. We coast. I've had many people admit this to me. I don't want to work hard. I just want to collect my check and coast, right? Well, you take that attitude, again, I've already mentioned this to your business, you're done. You're going to be back in that 9 to 5 in no time. So we got to shift it. We're going to work here. We're going to do something that's meaningful. We're trying to change our lives. We're trying to make our families' lives better. This is going to require effort. So you got to work on your brain, on your mindset, because it's all in between the ears, right? 80, 90%, depending on who you talk to, will say, hey, this is how much the mindset piece matters. What are some of the things that I did? Number one, I told you, I read a lot of books. I consumed a lot of content. One of the books that changed my life, was The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Just about how I approach my day. I am not saying that you have to have this long-winded morning routine, but it's just how I approached my day. And it all starts with when I wake up in the morning. When I woke up in the morning, for years, I dreaded going to work. I dreaded everything. I got to get on a plane. I got to do this. I got to miss my kid growing up. It was just terrible. I approach it much differently now because I carried over into everything. It was like, I just was always constantly thinking about the negative things. And when you do that, you are going to be in a bad mindset. You're going to have a terrible mindset. So shift it, flip that on its head. One of the easiest things that you can do, and this is totally free, is control what your thoughts are in the morning. You have the power to decide how you want to feel. You really do. So when I wake up in the morning, I give thanks, right? Hey, I just woke up. I got another day. I got another shot. I'm in my house. I got a family, my wife, my kid. I got my 2 feet. I can walk. These are things that you can choose to focus on versus, I got all this stuff I got to do. I got to work. I'm telling you, that is self-sabotage, and that is all mindset related. So you can fix that. Number one, start doing that tomorrow, and then do it before you go to bed and watch what happens in 30 days. I promise you, you will start to become a different person if you simply choose what you think about when you wake up in the morning. Meditation is something that has helped me become aware of my thoughts, and has really helped me in times of stress and anxiety because I'm able to take a step back and follow the breath and not react. Respond versus react. A lot of us are living and spending our lives in reaction mode, which is the wrong way to be. We need to be able to respond and have more control over our day. You control the day. The day does not run you. So consider meditation. And don't overthink it. This is not something that you need to perfect. This is something that is a practice. That's why they call it a meditation practice. I use an app called Calm. I've been using it for years. They have 10-minute guided meditations. That helps me. I don't do 20, 30, 40-minute meditations. If you want to do that, hey, go for it. But I just use 10 minutes. You can do 90 seconds. The first meditation I ever did was from my counselor, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. And it was just 90 seconds. And sometimes just a quick pause during the day can really help you with a reset. It will help you reprogram your thoughts, because that's what we're doing. That's what my mindset is all about, is reprogramming the way that we're thinking. We've been thinking a certain way for a long time, and we have the ability to reprogram those thoughts. And these tactics that I'm giving you are going to help you do that. One of the things that I do, and I've talked about this on a previous podcast, I actually talked about this on multiple podcasts, is what's referred to as your future statement. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here because, again, this is going to be part of the roadmap. But my future statement, what I mean by that is, what does December 31st, 2024 look like for you? You write that out at the beginning of the year. You keep it in a 90 to 2-minute format so that you can record it to your phone, and all the areas of your life that you want to improve. As an example, health and fitness, your relationships, wealth. Those are kind of the 3 areas that most people are trying to improve on. So what do all 3 of those areas look like for you at the end of the year? Write it in the first person as if it already occurred. Record it to your phone in your voice and listen to it every single day. This is another great mindset hack, or whatever you want to call it, that really starts to reprogram and reframe. So you stack the content, following business owners in the form of books, YouTube, podcasts, however you want to consume your stuff, meditation, your gratitude practice when you wake up in the morning and you got your future statement, all of a sudden you're putting all this stuff in your brain that is completely different than what you got right now. Guys, this stuff works wonders, but you have to do it. It's not pie in the sky stuff. It actually works. It's effective. And it is not difficult to do. You do have 90 seconds to meditate. You do have 1 minute to practice gratitude in the morning. I do not want to hear the excuses because that's all they are. If you want to change your life, you will do this stuff. If you don't, learn to love the life that you have right now, because that is exactly what you are going to get for the next 10 years. You will wake up 10 years from now and you will be in the exact same spot if you don't start making these small tweaks right now. The next way to improve your mindset is very, very simple and underrated, and that's who you allow into your life, what you choose to listen to. That has an impact on your view of the world. So start with the people that you surround yourself with. If you have a bunch of negativity coming at you all the time, you need to take a serious look at those relationships and whether or not these are the types of people that you want to be around. Because who you are with matters. What you watch matters. If you're the type of person that gets sucked into the news, you need to look at whether or not that serves you. It does not serve most people. I don't really watch the news because every time you go on there, it's all negativity. It's garbage. There's other ways to consume the news on your terms. Yes, you want to be aware with what's going on, but don't get sucked into that. It's also a time suck as well. So who are you around? You want to be around positivity. You want to be around people who are mentally tough, right? Who have that mindset excellence, mindset mastery. They want to move in that direction and they can help you. And they're not feeding your brain with a bunch of nonsense and negativity. When I joined my mastermind group 4 years ago, that was such a huge thing for me, is I was around a bunch of people who thought the same way. Now, was there some negativity in there? Sure. But I chose to block that out and I learned how to block stuff out. I have a very good filter. If there's negativity, I don't listen to it. I don't get involved in it. And that's a choice. I refuse to surround myself with people who are going to drag me down and are going to keep me from achieving what I keep referring to as mindset mastery. That's where I'm headed. And it's a constant process. I am not there yet, but I am miles ahead of when I started down this path over 7 years ago. So look at who you're around: coaches, mentors, mastermind groups, the people that you associate with on a daily basis. Sometimes that can be your family, and you might have to make some tough decisions or set proper boundaries or have some difficult conversations. But if you want to improve your mindset, you have to make sure that you're not surrounded by toxicity. I did a pretty good job of saying that word, I think. This is a little bit more of a bonus tip, but this is something that has helped me tremendously, which is I've been seeing a counselor. And if you've listened to any of my stuff, I talk about it freely for well over 5 years. It's just something that I chose to do because I wasn't feeling good and I needed help. I was sick and tired of trying to figure everything out on my own, which is a huge mistake and something that a lot of men do. They think that they got it all figured out. They don't need anybody's help. Huge mistake, kept me trapped and stuck for years. Don't make that mistake. Now, I'm not saying that women don't make that mistake as well, but I've just noticed it with a lot of men. This is one of the most important relationships in my life, and I love going there, and I learn every time I go there, and I always feel better. Little tweaks, right? We're just slowly climbing this mountain, slowly climbing this hill to try to get to mindset mastery. So take a look at it. What's the worst that could happen? These counselors are trained, right? They have a lot of experience in this and they can help you. I recommend it to anyone. I've learned so much from my therapist. I bring it to my coaching students. I bring it to people that I know in my life, and it's absolutely helped me. I use what I learn in those sessions to help other people. All right, you've got some good starting points here. You don't have to do all of them at once. That can be overwhelming. I would start with the gratitude thing in the morning, right? You can control that. That's very easy to do. But stack these things on top of each other. You don't want to take on too much at once. That can be overwhelming. So if this feels that way, then just do one or two things at a time and keep working on it. Again, we're working on this continuously. So you've got some good stuff here. Again, this is all going to be in the roadmap content, the video format, the book, everything. So make sure that you get that and go to the link that's in the show notes to get on the wait list so you can have that. Being a business owner, this is required because you are going to get bloodied. You're going to take it on the chin. There's going to be difficult moments, and all this stuff that we're doing when we're preparing is going to help you. It's going to help you become a better business owner and handle this stuff the right way, or at least better than you would now. We have to have the shift, the transition from W-2 to entrepreneur. It's a completely different thought process, and we need to be ready for it. Otherwise, you are likely going to either fail or quit, just give up because, hey, this is a lot harder than I thought. It's not. It's because you didn't prepare. Preparation is key. Preparation will absolutely destroy, crush any fear or doubt that you have about something. And we're going to talk a lot about that in the series, preparing. I make a lot of sports references. If you ever watch an NFL game, over the weekend, you probably watched the NFL playoff games. Like the stuff that's happening on the field, wow, these guys make it look easy. Well, they do because they prepare for it all the time. All the time. They're constantly working on it. And mindset is part of that as well. So your business, your life can look like that if you prepare like they do. All right. That wraps up day 1 of the 5-day series, your W-2 prison break roadmap. Day 2, tomorrow, we're going to get into some fun stuff. Not that this wasn't fun, but we're going to talk about business, like how to start your side hustle. I'm going to give you some insights on how to start one, what to start, how do I come up with the ideas, and then how do we balance that while we're doing our 9-to-5, our W-2 job? Because that is a massive excuse for a lot of people. I don't have time for that. We're going to debunk that myth tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Make it a great day.